dash, 100 yard, dash, 100 yard, dash, 100 yard, dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big jobs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see fourth-year quarterback Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys as they take on a man back for a 16th NFL season, Eli Manning and the New York Football Giants. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in really scuffling, losers of 7 of their last 8 games.
And they've been an underachieving team, but they do have some pretty good pieces in place. Let's see if they can use some of the younger guys and make themselves better.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. 38-year-old Eli Manning heading out to lead the Giants. Look at the numbers, show how good Eli has been over the years. 7th all-time in passing yards, 8th in touchdowns, 7 4,000-yard seasons, including last year. And he's looking to make one last run before the sun sets on his Hall of Fame career. Manning now on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Manning going to throw. And this is Latimer, complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And the starting offense now for the Giants.
And we focus on maybe the ultimate home run hitter in the NFL today, and that's running back Saquon Barkley, because teams come into every game with the idea that they want to limit his production and especially his big play ability. But how many times did we watch him in his rookie year where he would be limited throughout the game, and then all of a sudden there he goes out the back door, 50, 60, 70 yards. He's a lot of fun to watch unless you're trying to defend him.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Manning again. And this is Shepard on the catch. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Manning to throw once more. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Manning. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. We see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. So here are the Cowboys under head coach Jason Garrett as they get set for their first opportunity. They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, the 135th pick of the draft back in 2016 from Mississippi State.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Prescott from the gun. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal. The offensive starters now for the Cowboys.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3.
offense.
But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move, the Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League, where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd and 12, Manning finds his tight end Ingram. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You better talk to your boy. You better talk to your boy. I'm going to protect you.
A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Coming to you, coming to you. Switch.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, second down. Time to look at the defensive starters for the New York Giants. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
Completes it to Jason Witten. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Get him, boy.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And he fires one, but incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Manning. And that will be incomplete.
Manning's pass, incomplete on the jump ball.
Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 10-3. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Alec Ogletree in on the stop. This is Elliott. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the... Oh, Prescott stripped! Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Draw play, Elliott. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's a look at Golden Tate as he heads back onto the field now. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part, but they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Intended for Saquon Barkley. Incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. We get a look now at the Giants' defense as they file into position. And a big reason they've got the lead here in the first half, some of these hits we're going to see here.
Almost like they're a group of superheroes, right? Something out of a comic book. Boom, pow, biff. They are really playing well and making things happen on their side of the ball.
Taking me back to my childhood a bit.
There you go. You had a collection, didn't you?
I did. They start on the ground with Elliott. Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Now Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Weber. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Prescott now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. To throw is Prescott. That one complete. Elliott. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Here's Prescott. And that's off the mark, incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 10th carry now for Elliott. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A healthy Evan Ingram, that could be a great elixir for New York this year. And a season ago, he only played in 11 games because of the injuries, 35 catches, which was a dip down from 2 seasons ago when Ingram caught 64 passes. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and that'll bring up second down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From midfield, here's Manning. That's complete to Gallman. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bully. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make the play? Because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
3rd and long for Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 14 yards. Good for a Cowboy first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's Elliott. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Got his man there, complete to Gallup.
Prescott's pass. Complete to Michael Gallup. A gain of 12. First down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Prescott now on second down. He's got the connection to Cooper.
Prescott's pass complete to Amari Cooper. It's a gain of 16 yards.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better than it hits the ground, instead going to an opposite color jersey.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Cody Latimer, the intended receiver, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Manning. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. A toss out to Barkley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 28-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Manning. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And Latimer's got it. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Cody Latimer, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running, because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. 5 plays there on that drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught by Winton, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line. Looking to throw, Prescott. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Mark that one against one of the top left tackles in the league, Tyron Smith. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand-new ball game. Marr now to add the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece.
That ties the game at 17.
So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Mike 54. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
One final try now for Manning. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's
an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. It's caught, Cooper. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. They go play action here on first down. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A big play there on the catch and run. Throwing now is Manning. That'll bring up second down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Manning. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So they did not bring pressure, and turns out probably a bad idea.
Yeah, he had time to stand in the pocket and deliver a strike. So I'm wondering if they're going to note that, and next time just go ahead and bring that pressure.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Manning, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. To throw is Manning. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Rosas' kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season. 97% that is. And was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Prescott now. And his throw here's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott on play action. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Able to slither by. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Watch 10, watch 10. Come on, watch 10, watch 10.
Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Tyrone Crawford. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a gain of 6.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Saquon Barkley. Incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but His second drop, indeed, not a good look. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Always a lot of great storylines when the Giants and Cowboys get together. And, of course, one everybody was buzzing about, the great young running back, Zeke and Saquon, who finished 1-2 in the NFL in rushing last year. And down on the field before the game, you see those guys talking. You realize how big they are. Zeke at 228 pounds, Saquon 233 pounds. A bright future in the backfield for both of these franchises. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. That was DeAndre Baker that time who was able to break that one up. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a Giant 1st down. Manning now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. Nate Solder, the left tackle. He's the culprit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Week 9 wrapping up here tonight at MetLife Stadium. Time to look ahead to Week 10. Thursday Night Football. We'll be heading cross-country tomorrow to get out to the Bay Area. We'll see the Chargers and the Raiders from the East Bay. The Raiders down to 4 more home games. That's it. Left in Oakland. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Gain of 25 yards. And a Cowboy first down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
The tackle made by Deandre Baker. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and
Again, it's Elliott.
at the 44.
And an alley to run. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll run with Pollard, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
4 yards on the pickup. Brings up
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott completes it to Jason Witten.
Prescott's pass. Complete.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. To throw is Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And again, it's Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Marr on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Cowboys 27.
So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Manning going to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Got a man, Slayton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, but it's going to be second down.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Manning. It's hauled in by Shepard. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. The Giants do snap it. It's Manning. And that is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like...
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. B.J. Goodson came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, 2nd most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. And he's going to go down again. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Eli Manning and company getting set here as they head back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Manning. It's caught, Shepard. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Manning. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing again. Manning. They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now Manning. That's complete to Gallman. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
I'm going back to you.
Again, they'll throw with Manning. He completes it to Tate. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Throwing is Manning. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
To throw is Manning. The quick slant caught. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. That's on Kevin Zeitler, acquired in the Odell Beckham trade. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Manning now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Out of the end zone. It's now 4th down.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Marr now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Is good. Makes the score Cowboys 34.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. 1-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that... Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Marr on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Manning to Barkley on the draw play. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Working from the gun, Manning. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Now Barkley stripped of the football, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Manning to throw once more. And this is Shepard on the catch.
Holding offense.
That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now Manning gets this out to Saquon Barkley. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Throwing now is Manning. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game. Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. New York set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Manning going to try and throw on 3rd down. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. On first down, Manning. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Manning to Barkley on the check down. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Here's Manning to throw. And that is incomplete. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. A give to Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Golden able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Manning going to throw. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, it's Manning. And that will be incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
3 down, 3 down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking, they think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8, and they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.